But anyway, this is what we got going on. As I said before, it is the invitational event time trial. Of course, it's $150,000 and 1,000 driver claim if I pass it. We're going on the Suzuka Short Circuit. So it's the Eastern Circuit. And I'm very familiar with this specific short circuit because it's played a lot in Forza. Believe me, a lot of the series, if you never played Forza before, it does have Suzuka, and a lot of the series within that utilize this short course, specifically this layout. So I'm very familiar with it. It shouldn't be all that hard. Obviously, the quote unquote hardest bits will be those S's. But other than that, it's a very easy course. Peachy Dwarf, I hope that you find the game enjoyable. If you're hyped for it, I think it's a really good game. What's going on, MJ? Finished P10 at France. Nice. Very nice. And old school McLarens, I can't really tell what car that is, if I'm going to be honest with you. One thing of note that we need to bring up is that Mercedes has done a little bit of development on their engines. So, by proxy, we get a little bit of that kickback. So, one extra engine upgrade for the Mercedes engine that we have will be implemented for our next race at Great Britain. So a little bit of a power boost. I'm okay with that. Mohawk says I need to do 3 laps of that invitational. I figured I'd have to do at least 2 laps. Honestly, I figured I'd have to do at least two. Oh yeah, by the way, if those of you that were not around for the very end of the stream yesterday, we got rid of Mahavir. Sad times, but he was basically being paid $1.5 million to be the most shit driver in the game. So I said, thanks for the service, Mahavir, but we don't need you anymore. And we have gone out and gotten a new driver. Ladies and gentlemen, we have become the all-American American team in F1. It is an American-based F1 team with an American-based owner, myself, and we now have an American-based second driver. Juan Manuel Correa has come on in to the fold. He is a 61 rating. He is a driver claim of 4. The reason why we chose Juan Manuel Correa is, and not Mick Schumacher, by the way, is because the fact that we wanted to go for the all-American team. Yes, it may be a little bit memey, but it does fit. And I feel like Juan Manuel Correa does have room to grow without me overspending. Like if I would have gone for a Zhao, if I would have gone for a Matsushita, if I would have gone for Jack Aitken, I would have been overpaying after like the 3rd race for a driver. While admittedly they are good, they just would not get the most out of the car that we have right now. So I'd rather stick with somebody that's a little bit lower on the tier. Whether it was Correa, whether it was Mick Schumacher, I forget who the other 2 were that I could have gone for. Boccolacci and Alessi that I was looking at. Ultimately, I decided to go with Juan Manuel Correa. Love that fighting stance. Yeah, that's one of the podium pass poses. I believe that's one of the very last podium pass poses that you can unlock. Like that thing, it's like tier 27, 28 or something like that. Swimming Fish says, I don't have F1 yet, but you played 2018. You're leaning towards 2020, but obviously 2019 is cheaper because, of course, it is last year's game. I would say that if you want to get 2020, the main selling point for 2020 is this My Team career mode. If you are into not just driving, but more so the management aspect of your team, building a car from the ground up, building your whole team from the ground up, facilities included. If you're in that management aspect mindset, 2020, that is the big feature for 2020. If you want to do that, then I'd say, yeah, go get 2020. Also, if you want to play Zandvoort and Hanoi, because those are the 2 new tracks. Otherwise, if that doesn't interest you, I'd say go with 2019 because it is cheaper. It's like 50% off right now, at very least 50% off. So in all honesty, I'm digging. In fact, I was sold on the My Team career mode, which is what caused me to pre-order 2020. If it's not your cup of tea, then you don't need to buy 2020 for that. Just stick with 2019 then. All right, so yeah, like I said, we have gone with Juan Manuel Correa as my second driver. So with that being said, let's just go into the invitation, shall we? Get a quick 150,000 plus 1,000 driver acclaim. I like that they made the invitationals actually worth something. I do recall saying this at the very beginning of the game, that I am glad that they made this.
Now, while today's classic exhibition event has
now.
no direct impact upon the Formula One World Championship, You better believe that with their reputations on the line, the drivers down there are still hungry to show that they've got what it takes to get a win.
All right, so we're going to be driving in the 1988 McLaren MP4s. And somebody did mention it was the old McLaren. I didn't really know which year it was. But they want us to do 3 laps in under 2 minutes and 15 seconds to get that 150,000 and 1,000 acclaims. So can I choose my setup? No, I cannot choose my setup. Oh, and it's only 6 gears too. Whoa, okay. Lot of wheel spin. I thought by 1988 they would have had a seven gears in the gearbox. Apparently I'm very wrong. So yeah, basically for 215, I need to average 45 seconds per lap. I need to average 45 seconds per lap in order to get this done in time. And I want to say I crossed the line at a minute 30, so I'm like right on the cusp. Alright, I am slightly above time. I'm like a second or two ahead of time. But I can't really make any sort of faults right here. If I want to get this first time, I cannot make any sort of faults on these S's. I think switching to second gear right there was a bad idea. Second gear through here. I think I've got enough time. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Got it. All right. Yeah, look at the size of the tires. We were able to pass it with 3 seconds left on the clock. Swimming Fish, I honestly think the cars handle a little bit more like a boat compared to last year. The downforce is not as great, which is causing it to handle a bit clunky. I guess the word is it's very clunky, the handling, but I'm getting used to it. It's almost like I had to relearn the game with the way the handling was changed. So I'm getting used to it. Hold on a second. Changing my fan settings over here. Shit! And then my wheels get stuck in my plastic. All right, so we got it, and as you can see right there, in 2 minutes 12, we beat it by 3 seconds. Love getting it done the first time, so we don't have to do it more than once. Love the size of those tires. Downforce is so bad on S1, you've only done China. Yeah, I'm trying to build up my aero more so than anything.
Right, I think we've got room for some more investment.
We do? I mean, we only got 931,000, unless you're talking about the investment into the car. Speaking of, I need to change my settings for practice. As I always say, as I have been saying, 75 for practice, 94 for the actual race. ERS management is pretty easy, Wonder Kids, and you could cheese it a lot more in this game than you could in 2019. Kind of the same thing with tire management, too. You could cheese the tire management or sorry, not the tire management. You can choose the fuel management with ERS so much better in 2020 than you can in 2019. As far as my facilities go, I'm, as you can see, building up, basically going level 1 for most everything, aero, chassis, powertrain. I haven't really touched durability yet. I'm starting to work on the personnel. In fact, I built up this analysis suite right here, specifically because of the fact that I brought in Correa, a much better driver than Mahavir. So now that I'm getting the better drivers, I am going to start building up the sim rig, as you can see, the sim center, the fitness center, and the analysis suite, so that these younger drivers can build up their stats faster. No worries, Swimmy Fish, man. It's completely up to you. Like I said, I like the My Team Career mode, which is why I bought 2020. But if that doesn't interest you and you have not played 2019 yet, then go and play 2019. Go and buy it because it's on the cheap. Have fun with that. I was going to say, yeah, Bruce McLaren, Jack Brabham. Who else was an owner driver? Was Graham Hill? I think Graham Hill was an owner driver for his car. Yeah, they were racing at Monza. I did see that. All right, so let's just move ahead. There really isn't anything else that I could say at this point in time. If you want to see what the last few results were for me, as you can see down there at the bottom, that very unfortunate France race, I said we finished in 12th when I was, fighting for a podium, and of course 8th at Austria. So I'm looking to finish top 10 at Great Britain, and as far as Hungary goes, top 15, in all honesty. Yeah, and the extra stuff, in all honesty, that is the main focus of my team career mode. And if you don't want to do that, yeah, it's fine. If you want to just do the my driver career, the F1 2019 be more for you. Is there anything else I need to know? There isn't really anything I need to know at this point in time. Let's take a look at my R&D tree. I know some of you are wondering what's going on with my R&D tree. My powertrain, I have 8 out of 23 built up, with half of those because of the Mercedes engine. Love it.
That makes sense.
It does make sense. Thank you very much for the follow, Swimmy. I thought you already were following me, so that's a bit of a surprise, but thank you very much all the same. So I am building up the powertrain a little bit more than I thought I was. The aero, as you can see right here, starting to build this up a little bit more. In fact, I should be building it up a lot more than the powertrain right now. I've got 7 out of 24 there. Chassis, I got 6 out of 23. And the durability, at this point in time, the durability does not need to be built up all that much, because obviously I'm going to be building up, I'm going to be taking the grid penalties with all the engine parts. I know that even adding into the durability and making the MGUK and MGUH a little bit more durable, I'm still going to be taking grid penalties throughout the season. So I'll worry about building up the durability for next season. For right now, it's all about aerodynamics first, powertrain second, chassis third, and durability coming last. Who's my title sponsor? My title sponsor is Equinox. Finished 10th or better in the Constructors' Championship. And here's the thing, I chose that. Obviously, it was the easy one to choose, mostly because I did not expect to get a lot of points this season. I didn't expect to get any points at this point in time in the season. As you can see right now, I've got 12th. Right? So I did not expect to get anywhere near the amount of points after 12 races, 11 races. And can I take a look at the Constructors? So yeah, as you can see here with the Constructors title, we're currently in 9th place. Williams have nothing. Haas has 1. So right now we are currently on pace to, of course, get that Equinox title sponsor. That money at the very end of the season. Now, the other one was finish 8th or better in the Constructors title. And as you can see, Alpha Tauri are only 7 points ahead of me. But I just felt like that 8th was just far and away too much of an ask. 10th was a little bit easier, especially first season. You don't want to throw lofty goals up there and not reach it. So I wanted to just go with the surefire thing of the 10th or better. And then, of course, I've got Atlantic and Zyneto and my 2 side sponsors. Because Atlantic, I feel that, yeah, running 75 laps during a race weekend between myself and the second driver, that can be easily done. Zyneto answered 2 interview questions during a race weekend. I feel like I'm more, I'm not going to say prone, but I feel like I'm more inclined to get just the 2 interview questions per race weekend and not 4. But I also feel like that I chose this sponsor. It does bring out Claire a little bit more in asking questions for practice, for qualifying, and for the race. So I think that if I choose a sponsor like this, it kind of brings out the incentive for Claire on the back end. I'm not too sure about that. I don't have the data for that, but it feels like going with that, it brings out Claire more often so that you can get that sponsorship deal done. All right, I'll definitely get that logged in for before the race. All right, so what is the weather going to be like? And practice 1 is going to be a wet practice. Now, that is not a practice I want to do whatsoever. I never want to practice in the wet, especially if it's, as you can see, a very dry race. It is going to be cloudy for qualifying and partly cloudy for the race, so we're going to be fine. How long is practice for? Practice for 45 minutes. And also, thank you very much for the follow there, FM Sip. There isn't anything that I need to change, so let's just get right on into practice. I'll take a look at the weather report to see how long the practice is supposed to be wet and how long it's supposed to be dry. But like I said, I just do not want to race in a wet practice.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm their performance to spec.
Setup. Alright, so like I said, if it's just going to be wet all the way through, I'm going to just simulate ahead to FP2. And if it's wet all the way through, just go to FP2 and not worry about it. Yeah, look at that. After 20 minutes, it's still raining. I think it might just go out and do FP2 then. Yeah, 30 minutes. The game is quite loud. Then I'll drop it down a tick. Yeah, it's going to be wet the entire way through.
It's time to remind ourselves of our
There we go. Drop it down.
top 3, who are Bottas, Hamilton, and Sebastian Vettel. What a...
Thank you very much for the follow. I just missed that. Tykesman, hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. The game is broken as it should be raining in England. It should be raining in the summertime? Come on, man. It doesn't rain all the time in England. That's just a myth. You didn't complete any laps in last session. The number of resource points was relatively small. It's whatever. I don't really care. I wasn't going to run laps in the wet when I don't need it. So let's just giggity go into a dry set. Track climatization. Let's go. But anyway, how's everyone been? I know we've not talked with each other in 24 hours. How have you guys been doing within your own games? I do feel with the aero upgrades, it makes my car handle a lot better. It doesn't feel like it's a boat, like I'm steering a boat on the track. So, I mean, that's something. It has legitimately rained the past 3 days in England. Oh, wait. Yeah, DH, they were used yesterday. Shit! They were used yesterday because I installed them yesterday. And we maxed them out yesterday. Because people are mean and want to see me suffer. All right, thanks. Have a good night. What do you mean you've wasted points? Did you use them right now? What are you talking about? Oh, I didn't even see that one go through, DH. Yeah, I'll put it in. It got maxed out yesterday. I mean, today is a new day. All right, today is a new day. A new set of 10 can be redeemed. So you did not waste it. You just started it off for today. Oh, excuse me. It's not the speed you go through. It is partially the speed you go through, DH. How do I find the G29? G29 is fine. I've used it for the last year plus. It's durable. It gets the job done. I like that I got it on sale, too, for $250. But I also use this for iRacing, and iRacing has a lot more things that need to get mapped to buttons. So that's why I went with the G29, with the sheer fact that it has all these buttons to map. In comparison to the 920, because the 920 has a smaller amount of buttons on the wheel. Oh, you misinterpreted, but I did say we maxed it out yesterday. You must have misinterpreted saying today instead of yesterday. Oh, that was too far. We made it stick, though. Wow, that was a terrible Magatin Beckett's run. Lost a lot of time in there. Yeah, I understand, Sam. They are hard to find because of the fact that everyone is trying to get into sim racing now, thanks to, the virtual Grand Prix that were streamed, the virtual iRacing NASCAR and IndyCar events.
Okay, test.
Logitech, Fanatec, Thrustmaster, all of those sim racing app sites are just inundated with orders. So they're like, hey, let's artificially raise the price because of the demand. We've got the supply and we've got the demand, so let's raise the price. And people will pay it. What's going on, Duck? All right, so yeah, let's go fuel management. We'll just go one right after the next. Oh, I didn't hear about production being shut down. Considering I've never used the Fanatec CSL Elite, I can't give an opinion on it. It is my opinion, though, that Fanatec and Thrustmaster have the higher quality. They have the higher quality products than the Logitech, but the Logitech that I have is, like I said, lasted me for a year. It's done pretty well for me right now. So I've got no real need to go pick up one of them. But if it's your prerogative to do so, then by all means go ahead. If you can find them on sale for less than what Logitech is going for, then by all means go pick it up.
Program complete and a job.
Yes, the voice commands do actually work, DH. I've been using it for the last couple of streams, mostly when I need to call out for a weather report. And yes, I just yell out weather report, and it'll give me the weather report. So yeah, it seems like the voice commands are much better and much more responsive in 2020 than they were in 2019, because they would work for me in like one session and then suddenly not work for like a week. It was very touchy. What's going on, NASCAR? Oh, taking Woodcott all the way wrong. Yeah, taking that carousel all the way wrong. It's never good. Doing much better in the dry than I would have done in the rain. Honestly, I think I've only ever had to deal with Silverstone once in the rain.
Okay.
I think I've been lucky that I only have had to deal with Silverstone once in the rain last year. Alright, let's go to race strategy, and then we'll move on to qualifying pace. And then on to the proper qualifying. So it is only Tuesday, but we do have a race this upcoming weekend, which is actually at Great Britain. British Grand Prix. Honestly, I feel like it's going to be Hamilton, walk in the park for Hamilton. He just owns this track. I also think he has the most British Grand Prix wins. All of them coming at Silverstone, so, I mean, it really is Hamilton's race to lose. Let's be real here. It's Hamilton's race to lose. Anybody else think otherwise? And then, of course, the following week is going to be another Silverstone race, but it's the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. They can't call it something like the Midlands Grand Prix. I understand why they call it the 70th Grand Prix, though. 70th anniversary. Because it is 70th anniversary of the first ever Grand Prix held in Formula One, which happened to be at Silverstone. And that's another race that, obviously, I think Lewis Hamilton's going to win. So, pretty much just chalk up 2 straight wins for the man. Oh, sorry, 3 straight wins because he won at Hungaroring. Mercs are OP, yeah. They definitely seem like it right now. Not just seem, they are it. And yeah, it does seem like the nearest rival to Mercedes right now is Team Red Bull. Where you gotta hope for either Max or Albon to go and stuff the Mercedes team. Ah, really? Oh, he won the second Austrian Grand Prix? The Styrian one? I did say going into this season, basically, if you don't put your money down on Hamilton to win every Grand Prix, you're losing money. Whoa, I have no idea what happened there. Racing Point are getting better and better. Mostly because, and we've talked about this before, they're essentially just last year's Mercedes cars. Yeah, you've heard it here first. I'm taking over for Lando Norris in the McLaren. Oh yeah, there could be a car breakdown. For all we know, there could be a mysterious car breakdown for both of their Mercedes that caused them not to win a Grand Prix this year. But yeah, right now it's been every single Grand Prix has been a Merc. Every Grand Prix win has been a Merc. Bottas in the first one, Lewis Hamilton ever since. Which, let's be honest, the first one, it really could have and should have been Albon. Because Albon had him dead to rights. My DRS flap is closed. It is closed shut. That is not a problem that you want to have. Fortunately, it's practice. My DRS flap was shut in the open position, shut in the on position. I'd be okay with that. Get a little faster lap times going around the track. Fortunately, this is practice, though. Yeah, give George Russell some points in a Williams. In also his home Grand Prix. Alright, so we got the purple there. Alright, qualifying pace, let's go. But I also partially think the reason why they kept adding more and more races to the calendar is because FIA probably thought to themselves, if we only have 8 races, Mercedes has a good chance to win every single one. We need to throw in some tracks that Mercedes do well at or they've never raced at. And really, no team has raced at this season. They've not or raced at recently in Imola or raced at ever at Portimao. So it just seems like that everybody is going to be on even footing for those tracks. Later, DH. Signs, I'm running a qualifying program, you putz. Get out of the way. You think they had to do 15 because of sponsorship TV rights? You know, I would not put it past him. I would not put it past them that that's what they are doing, is because of sponsorship money and sponsorship contracts. They have to, whoa, good job, Brian. They have to put that on. Surprisingly, I did not clip my front wing in that.
Okay then, that's the end of the program and plenty of useful data. Return to base when you can so we can go over it.
Alright, we're good with that. What's going on, Josh? Hey, what's going on, Wolf? Oh yeah, we did get front end damage.
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
Yeah, we'll go one more lap out for qualifying pace and see if I can get purple. I mean, I'm doing okay, just in the middle of open practice here for British Grand Prix. Honestly, one of my favorite tracks. It's in my top 5. So hoping that in first season here in my team career mode, I could actually do well at it. If I can actually speak. To tell the truth or to not tell the truth? The only thing I'll tell you, Wolf, is that no, they have not. See, now that I've added in 2 custom rewards, I have to go and actually look over at the chat to see every single one that got put in. Because before I would have just known, oh, okay, it's the push-ups, sit-ups, but now I've got 2 custom rewards. I have to physically check and see which one is the push-ups, which one are the sit-ups, and which ones are the wall planks, or the wall planks, the wall sits and the planks. I'm in the dirty air of Kimmy, and I'm driving so erratically, I'm catching all of that alcohol buzz.
Complete and a job well done.
Just being around Kimmy, I get a secondhand high, a secondhand drunk just from being around Kimmy. Oh my god. Hold on, Wolf. Hold on. Can you stop? Now I need to go back and see which one was which, what was what. Okay, so push-ups, 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 wall sit, push-ups, push-ups. You did 5. Okay, so that means we got before the British race and then 1 for the next race as it stands right now. And that should be it. What were the team objectives? Yep, that's it. I see that Josh Bow put one in. I see Josh Bow put one in. I saw you put one in, and I think... Oh, no, and then DH put one in. Okay, so yeah, I've got that as well. All right, so I've got the 3. Okay, so we got 6 push-ups, sit-ups out of 10, and 3 wall sits / planks out of 10. All right, so yeah, we got that now. We're good.
The session has drawn to a close. So
we're good. We got them tallied. And once all 10 are redeemed, you cannot click on that button anymore. I'm sure you guys probably saw that yesterday. What are you talking about? I clicked on this. All right, change the session down to 94 for the race, for qualification and the race. So simulate practice. Seriously, you guys are gonna kill me. I have a very, very strong feeling. I also had a big dinner before streaming today, so I hope I don't puke. That is one thing I wish that will not happen, is that if I ever have to vomit on stream. No one wants to see that. To start getting flabby, dude, I still am. I still am flabby. There is no start getting at all here. It is still flabby Gendo. Trying to be not so flabby Gendo. So the weather, like I said, still partly cloudy for qualifying in the race, so that's all peachy. Don't need to worry about R&D right now. Timotei, which one did you do? You did push-ups and sit-ups. Peachy Dwarf, you also did wall sits. See, like I said, now that I've got 2 custom rewards, I have to check the chat instead of knowing exactly what one it was. So that's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. I'm doing good, Timotei. I'm just going to call you Tim now. There are some who call me Tim. You have more exercises? Yeah. Smooth BB coming on in with the tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for the support and dedication to the stream, Smooth. Welcome on into the Gendo gang. Everyone drop your love in the chat. Drop your heyos if you got them. Okay, so, yeah, Tim, I do have more exercises. I added in wall, sits, and planking for a minute. And that's what Rowie just did, so we've maxed out for that. Right, so we're good. But yeah, the original obviously was push-ups and sit-ups, which I do before the race, after qualifying, but before the race. And then I put in yesterday, at the start of yesterday, wall sitting or planking for a minute, and that will take place after the race, before I do anything else in regards to the back end stuff or going into the next weekend. I will do the wall sits and the planks at that point in time. Actually, the wall sit is tougher than the plank. I was planking fine yesterday. It was the wall sits that were tough. All right, let me just make sure I've got my setup. Yeah, my custom setup is in. We're just going to run a couple of laps. Yeah, we're going to run a couple of laps on the medium just so we can get a feel for the track. Continuously get the feel for the track. Shit, I'm going to be running on my bad power unit. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to change out my power unit from my practice engine to my race engine, but I will do that before I get into the race. So no worries about that. I do wall sitting for a minute at a time. Plank for a minute at a time, wall sit for a minute at a time. So if 3 of them get redeemed, and I decide to do 2 1-minute planks and 1 1-minute wall sit, I'll break them out like that, and I will have my stopwatch going on my phone. to accurately time me for said wall sits and planks. Yeah, Joe is very forgetful with gas in his tank, and I'm forgetful with bad engines. Yeah, cue ball, good to know. Thanks for stopping by the stream tonight, my man. How's your Final Fantasy X run been going? I've caught a couple bits of it, just lurking in the shadows, but how have you been going on with it? And I saw you were last at Seymour 1, so I don't know how much further you've gone. At least I thought you were at Seymour 1. That was this is a very shit first run. It's a good thing I'm gonna have a second lap to do. And that's why I'm on medium tires, so I can go out for 2 laps with minimal problems. Oh yeah, cue ball. Have you really done the blitzball minigame? Because I despise it so much. I despise blitzball so much.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Oh, you did get to the Wedding Crashers portion. Breaking up Yuna and Seymour. God damn it. Let's start that over. Alright, so you've not gotten to Seymour Fight 2 yet. Because, yeah, Wedding Crashers was after Seymour Fight 1. I know that. You have not gotten to Seymour Fight 2. I don't understand how people do well at that blitzball game. I've never found the mechanics great. The only blitzball game I play is the story mode, the one that they force you to play, and that's it. Every single time I played Final Fantasy X. Oh, you did the Seymour 2 fight? Was Seymour 2 then the one before the wedding? It's been a long, long time since I played Final Fantasy X, so I'm just going off of memory. Seymour 2 is after the wedding, okay. Good to know. Because I certainly didn't remember. I definitely didn't remember it. In my personal game, I've been replaying Final Fantasy X. In my personal game, I've gone all the way to Xanarkand. I'm now at Xanarkand. Just got there. So I still need to fight, like, Unaleska and all that. So, cue ball, you are quite a ways away from where I am for my replay. Where am I with my medium tires? Even with my medium tires, I thought I did really well. Apparently I didn't. Minute 28.3, and if I want to get into Q2, I'm gonna... Well, look at that. Juan Manuel Correa, my teammate, is technically in Q2 right now with his time. Minute 27.3. Okay, I need to get that fast. Alright, let's do it. Flying lap, let's go. Alright, so I cannot be an absolute shithead. I need to get at least a second faster. Have I ever touched the sequel? No. I've never played Final Fantasy X-2, and I honestly had no real want to. I really think that my problem with my pace is all due to my engine, because I'm on my practice engine. My pace has to be coming down to my practice engine. I really hate it. Right now, I need to be a second faster to at least touch trying to qualify for Q2, and I am nowhere near that. Alright, I'm a second faster. Did it get me in? It did! Okay. I barely scraped by it, but I made it into Q2. I qualified 14th. Which is good enough to get me into Q2. Alright, I'll take it. I'll take it. What's going on, Broderator? Alright, squeaking into Q2. Unfortunately, Perea did not make it. Unfortunately, no, Hansem, he did not make it. You hate to see it. Alright, so we're in Q2 at Silverstone. So once again, I'll throw a test lap around on the mid tires, the medium tires, and then I'll go on the soft. Yeah, he was on the cusp beforehand, so I didn't know if he would have made it anyways. Alright. Oh, this power unit. I mean, what if I change everything up? Like, will it allow me to? Nah, it won't. I know for a fact it won't. Alright, go to track, flying lap. It's like, can I swap out my engine? No, it's going to take the entire qualifying time if I want to do that. Yeah, I did Red Bull with Mahavir, and then after that, his contract was up, and there was no way I was going to pay him $1.5 million for being the worst guy in the game, when I could go and get Perea or Schumacher for less money, or I could have gotten Jack Aitken for the same amount of money. Zhao would have been the same money. Matsushita. Ultimately, my thought process was, I'll take a lower level guy to build up because I know my car is still not good enough to consistently reach top 10s. So there's no need pulling in a second driver that is great for this level, but ultimately won't get the most out of the car. Like, I'll probably wait until next season to do that. I may pull Jack Aitken in for next season, depending on how much money I get, depending on how well I build the car up for next season. But yeah, Mahavir basically said to me, is like, I don't need no second driver. I can race F1 all by myself. And he went to start his own racing team. That is why Mahavir is no longer with us. He wanted to form Mahavir GP, is what he wanted to do. Alright, so we did that lap. I know it's obviously not good. Let's See what top 10 could be right now. Top 10 is 126.886. And I ran a 128.1 on medium tires. Trying to think, what did I run last time? Yeah, Force India 2. Yeah, there we go. What did I run last time? I think I ran a 127, so I'm definitely not going to get into Q3. As much as I would love to, I'm definitely not going to get into Q3.
"30 seconds left in the session."
Alright, so 126.7, that's what I'm shooting for. Oh, I'm not going to do it when I spin like that. Let's try it again. Okay. So that means I need to get a full 2 seconds faster. That's not going to get done. As much as I want this to be the little engine that could, it's just not gonna get done. I'll probably get a second faster at most, but honestly, that's about the best I can do. So I think I'm gonna start 14th.
Two minutes remaining in the session. We need a good lap here, or we're out of qualifying.
I know I'll be out of qualifying anyway, Jeff. I probably will qualify 14th, 15th. I was gonna say, that was actually pretty smooth around those last 2 turns. 11th, are you serious? How much did I miss it by? Oh, I did not think I'd get that close. I did not think I got that close. Hold on, I want to see how much I missed it by. 11th place. How much did I miss it by? 1/100th of a second. 1/100th of a second separating me and Q3.
Let's finish last race.
No. I fucked it. I fucked it up. Guys. I forgot to switch my engine. And there's no way I can go back out. There's no way I could go back out. The furthest I can go back is quit to the main menu, but then it'll get me right back into this race. But yeah, I forgot to switch my engine out. Okay, so from now on, I'm just not going to do the practice engine, race engine bullshit if I'm going to continuously forget to switch it back out. And I said 5 minutes ago I was going to switch it out, too, before I got into the race. I just said that I was going to switch it back out. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a big fucking idiot. But either way, I'm still going to do the race strategy that the leaders are going to do, which is start on the soft and then switch to the medium. No, it doesn't do it automatically, Jamie. You got to manually do it. You got to manually choose which parts of your engine that you want to have running. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to just skip the whole practice engine, real engine BS, because I know I'm going to get grid penalties anyway, and why I did that in the first place was because I wanted to avoid taking a lot of grid penalties over the course of a season. I might as well just say screw it and just run the best engine parts that I have at the time, so I don't have to worry about this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the soft for the first 12 laps, and then I'll switch to the mediums and go the rest of the way. Starting 11th, where do you guys think I'm going to finish? Bad engine and all, where do you guys think I'm going to finish? I'll be lucky if I get a top 10. I'll be lucky if I get a top 15 with my shit engine. I'll be lucky if I get a top 15 with my shit engine. If I do get a top 10, I'll be very thankful, but honestly, I don't see it happening. Alright, what's going on, Gonzo? I qualified P11 for Britain, and then I forgot to switch out my practice engine. Yeah, it could be 80%. It's only like 60, 65 at this point in time, but it still is shady as hell. P7s, P5, and you guys are very, very generous. As much as I love this track, I don't think I can get this track done with this engine. No, Hansum, it'll put me directly into this session. It won't load up beforehand. Because whenever I load into a session, it saves the game. It auto-saves the game before that session. Or I should say, it auto-saves the game leading into that session. So essentially, those save reloads loading into that session that you're getting into, whether it's practice, qualifying, or the race. So if I back out and try and reload, it'll put me directly at this point in time. I mean, I could give it a shot, but like I said, I just don't think that... just going by... championships, practice championships, and practice Grand Prix that I've done, it will load you. It should load you back in to the actual race. Or yeah, it should load you into the actual race. If it doesn't, I'll be surprised. Yeah, there it is, loading back into the race. Like I said,
With the race, minutes away.
all right, we're gonna give it a shot. It's not gonna be pretty, but we're gonna give it a shot. All right, boys. Oh, going into turn one pretty damn fast. I actually gained 2 spots from that. I'm up into 9th, all from turn 1. I was P9 in the beginning? Oh, then other drivers must have taken grid penalties. Because I did not see that. So I started P9? Huh. Well, it just shows how attentive I am. Because I did not think I started at P9. Yeah, curse me and my engine saving strategy. Because I thought doing what I did was a big brain move, and it ultimately ended up being a stupid ass move.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
No shit, boyo, that's what I feared in the first place. My ICE is at 66, or 67. My energy store is at 66. Most everything I have is above 50%, which, for all intents and purposes, ain't good. And now I can't fucking turn, are you serious? I was going what I thought was the correct speed around that corner, around Woodcott. I was just about to lose it again. I was about to spin out again. I got Lando Norris behind me. Lando Norris waiting in the wings.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Yeah, haha, it is a self-imposed, it's a self-imposed flashback rule, and also thank you very much for the follow, Talisk. Self-imposed flashback rule where I try to actively limit myself to only having 3 flashbacks used during a race. It's a way to get me better at driving the tracks.
We're accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Dude, I can't lower it all that much more, man. Holy, fuck you! Holy shit, Giovinazzi just bounced off of me. Giovinazzi with just no spatial awareness. You're from Brazil? Well, hello from Chicago. Oh yeah, my power is down. I'm dropping like a stone, man. I'm so disappointed in myself. It's just another mental mistake. It's another fucking stupid ass mistake that I've done because I'm just not paying attention. Because I want to get this done as fast as possible, and with that I make stupid fucking mistakes. It's all because I wanted to have a practice engine and a race engine. Oh, I want to be a big brain smartass over here. By not having as much wear on my race engine, by using up old parts for my practice. Look at where that got me. Not paying attention, now I gotta use an old ass engine for the race. Never again. From this point on, I will never do that BS again. I will not have a practice engine, race engine duality. Because it will lead to stupid shit like this. Really thought Giovinazzi was going to come up and bump me again. Here he comes. There he goes. God, this is demoralizing, man. Well, let's see if my teammate can get anything. He is now ahead of me. Yeah, it's like tire wearing ain't the issue. It's the fucking engine that is. So slow. I still got 20 more laps of this. Once again, I have one of my favorite tracks come up, and I completely shit the bed on it. This time by my hand and not by the game's hand. Because the game decided, hey, let's make it a fucking downpour at Canada, which is this guy's favorite track. And I cannot drive in the rain. Just for those of you who are coming on in that have no idea about me and my driving style, I hate driving in the rain. I'd rather it never rain the entire race season. Which I know is impossible. But for me, I'd love it if it never rained the entire race season because I cannot stand driving in the rain. Does not make for good racing. If you're driving in it, it does not make for good racing. Yeah, I'm well off the pace. So anyway, since I got 18 more minutes, or 18 more laps of disappointment, how are we guys doing tonight? I'm trying to think. So we got Hungary. After Hungary is Spa and Monza, right? That's right. So Thursday I've got Spa. And then Saturday it is the 100% Monza race. I can't even drive now. It's the 100% Monza race as well as Singapore. That's going to be a hoot on Saturday. Is that 100% Italian Grand Prix. And the only reason why, or I should say not the only, but the reason why I'm only doing one race on Thursday is because of the fact that starting up Thursday is the iRacing Oval Series with the 1987 cars that they had just added in back in June. Run by the same guys who did the Strictly Street Stock iRacing League race that I was a part of. So what I'm going to do for Thursday is, of course, I'm going to do the Spa race. And then, depending on what time our time is looking like leading up to said oval race, I might just do the practice and the qualifying leading up to that Monza race. So that everything will be done and ready. So I don't have to, bother with that and get right into the 4.5 long 100% Monza race. Loading up Super Mega Baseball? Yeah, buddy. There you go. Game I need to start playing more of. Also, I'd like to point out that I really dislike that I'm falling back towards the fucking Williams cars. And the only reason why I'm falling back towards the Williams cars is just because of my engine.
You'll be on the mediums.
All because of my engine. Also, I believe this is the last race for this current gearbox. Yeah, because this is race 12.
The energy store is getting worn, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Oh, it's already dropping regardless, Jeff.
Power from the engine is going to be down slightly. It's showing some minor wear.
Minor? I would think the ICE at damn near 70 is not minor wear.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Wolf Gamer. Check chat, thank you. Yeah, the engine is telling me through coded smoke signals, turn me off. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, I'm gonna restart that. And for those keeping count, that is my third and final flashback too. 11 laps in. "11 laps in, and I already used up all 3 of my flashbacks.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tire grip around now.
Losing tire grip. Yeah, that's why I'm coming in for tires, Jeff. Yeah, Mohawk, it's because I was an idiot and forgot to change out my practice engine parts with my real race engine parts.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Complete. Go now.
It's my own dumbass fault, Mohawk. Hey, Polani.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
I might as well just DNF and save myself the embarrassment of the rest of this race. What happened? I forgot to change my practice engine parts with my race engine parts. Not once, but twice. Not once, but twice. I meant to change before qualifying, didn't do it. Said out loud to myself and to all of chat that I was going to fucking make those part changes for the race. And I still didn't do it. Basically showing how much of an idiot I am. Yeah, and it's clear that I've done it one too many times, Mohawk. This is definitely not the first time that I've done it, and I should have learned after the first time that would bite me in the ass if I did it again. Well, lo and behold, I did it again on one of my favorite tracks to drive, which I knew I should have been fucking careful about. I would like to see how my new driver Correa is coming around. By the end of this race, I'd like to see what his finishing position is, because he was all the way up in 14th at one point. I mean, right now I should be default faster than a Williams. I shouldn't need to have the DRS open and the ERS set to overtake. I should not need to have those aids to get past a Williams. Much less be fighting off a Williams, like you can see Russell behind me. But here we are. Hey, Delios. You've not caught me at a good time. Crazy day at work. What's been going on with you? Just been busy? That's fair. Yeah, next after this is Hungary. Which last year was at the end of a gearbox run. This time it's at the start of a new gearbox run. Yeah, Hungary, there's not a real lot of chances to overtake. Road width is too narrow. And basically from the chicane on in that back section, I'm good for the first half, but that back half, it just sucks. And I'm bad at. But hopefully I will not make the same mistake as what I'm making right now, forgetting to swap out the engine parts. So I actually be going into Hungary with a much fresher engine. Well, I guess it's a good thing that you guys redeemed those points because, oh boy, it's going to be some extra punishment after this race. Oh, I know you longtime viewers have enough points. That's not what worries me. I just can't drive well right now. Man, I should have been up near the top half pack, fighting it out up there, potentially getting a podium. Or, not podium, Jesus Christ. Potentially getting a top 10 finish. And then I cock it all up. I run on 94. It's just diff, Polani. It's just diff. Carlos Sainz out of the session.
Caution, caution. The track is clear. Green flag.
Yeah, Williams is overtaking. Just look at my engine, Polani. That's the reason why. As I said before, I should not be back here. I'm just mad at myself. It's okay, we got 8 more laps. But yeah, as I said before, it's like I should not be needing both DRS and ERS to catch a Williams. Not at this stage in the season. Not ever, I would think, but it all comes down to my engine. Yeah, what's going on, Ninja? It's been a bad day today, a bad race. Yeah, Pastor Maldonado will be the Mahavir GP team second driver. It was only a matter of time, right? Before Mahavir decided to, go his own way. Because he didn't think that we were good enough. Binotto is the team principal. Yeah, he could be. I really can't see him staying with Ferrari very much longer. He might make the jump to Mahavir GP. It's like, fortunately, this is only the first season. We got plenty more seasons to build the car up. Oh yeah, that's right. We still have yet to hit any regulations, which I honestly should start holding on to my R&D points with, because there could be one or several departments that are going to get affected by said regulations. I believe that does still happen in my team career mode, where you gotta still hold on to R&D points to counter any rule regulations in certain departments. And since we're at race 12, we just passed the halfway point, the regulations should be coming up real soon. In fact, I think they're going to be coming up around Spa. So more than likely we will see him on Thursday.
The turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
Jeff, I would like you to know that there isn't much that I could do about it. What do you want me to do with the turbocharger? Literally, just reach behind me, pluck it out of the engine, and just throw it off to the side. Is that what you want me to do, Jeff? So honestly, Mohawk, I think that I'm not going to make any more upgrades to my vehicle. I'll probably start saving R&D points to counter the regulations that come on by. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
We
Grosjean.
have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Hey, what's going on, Nikki? It's not been a good day. I completely fucked up my entire run. Hey! And as I said before, I used up all my flashbacks, so I've got to deal with this bullshit front wing now, as well as the engine parts that I forgot to swap out. It's just gone from bad to worse for me. Which, like I said, I should have been a lot more careful on this track because of the fact that I like this track a lot. Arava had 3 in one season? Oi. I haven't watched Arava's stuff recently, but yeah, I am aware of him. I'm aware of Tiamat Marduk. I've not seen anybody with 3 in one season. I've seen 2. In fact, I've had 2 departments need to get regulated. Well, this is definitely not the way that I wanted my day to start out. Yeah, haha, I'm keeping with it. And plus I have chat to keep me honest too. But like I said, I want to make it so that I drive better around this course, and if I fuck up, I fuck up. If I fuck up more than once, oh hey, I just gotta live with it at that point. Well then, Nikki, you got lucky. Every single career season that I had back in 2019 had at least one department.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Where I needed to have a regulation. So I think you just got real lucky. Engine, chassis, and durability. Well, I guess it's a good thing if I do have to worry about durability, I didn't put a lot into it. Durability right now, I have the least amount built up into it. I think I have 3, I checked when we were checking earlier. I have 3 built into that. I have 4 or 5 built into the engine. I got 6 into the chassis and 7 into the aero. So yeah, I think at this point in time, just in preparation for any regulation, I will hold on to my research points. And then hope that it is only one department. So if it is one department, I'll just take my horde of R&D points, build up that regulation, build up that department for regulation next season, and then turn my attention to the other departments and start building them up. At that point in time, it's a win-win situation. Yeah, my car's not going to be, you know, a highly developed car for the next few weeks. But after the regulations come down and I make those changes, I should be good to go, and my car should be a very, very strong car, a built-up car, going down to the end of Season 1. I understand where you're coming from, Ha. And yeah, I don't want to be the flashback king. Admittedly, back when I started F1 2019 4 months ago, yeah, I was flashing back pretty much every spin that I had. More often than not, it was every race, and more often than not, it was more than 3 times a race. But in certain racetracks that I'd never driven before, it was a fact of just trying to figure out how to drive the track. Now that I've driven all these tracks several times, hundreds and hundreds of laps, I feel like I don't need to. I feel like I don't need to have the flashback used every single time, and I try to drive out of situations that I can find myself easily driving out of.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Well, fortunately, there's going to only be 1 lap left because I just got lapped by Lewis Hamilton. So the race for me is going to end 1 lap early. As I will end first car lap down. I was gonna say, odds blow my engine 2 turns from the end.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Oh, really? Haha. That's not good. Yeah, that just feels really, really cheap.
Well, they've done a brilliant job, I must say.
It really cheapens any victory that you get.
A well-earned victory here at the British Grand. So after a magnificent race, we can now see.
I'm so mad at myself. That it should not have happened. I should have been finishing top 15, if not top 10, on this track with the way that I like to drive this track.
Result has had on the driver's standards.
Where did Correa end up?
Correa ended up top 15. Cut down after a difficult race today for our championship.
Correa ended up being in 15th. Not bad for first drive with his new team and in my car. So that's actually not bad finish for him. Do I remember last night? Yeah, I do.
After an incredible day of racing, who was
right,
your driver?
I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at that anymore. That's bogus.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
Fuck off, Claire.
Why do you think you weren't as quick as your teammate today?
Because my engine was shit.
It looks like your rival bested you today, doesn't it?
His car was performing better because I was a fucking idiot.
Do you have any comments about the collisions?
No, I don't.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Yeah, Nikki. I still remember France last night, and I'm still not happy about it. Yeah, that smug look from Pierre Gasly. I was going to say, Correa is about to get a contract boost after his first race. Next race, he's going to get a contract boost. Yeah, we got a new driver, Juan Manuel Correa. So we have the All-American team, Nikki. American-based team in Gendo FM, or Gendo F1. The American-based owner, and now an American secondary driver in Korea. Unfortunately, his legs are kind of jelly in real life because if you recall, Correa was the guy that crashed into Antoine Hubert at Spa. It was that fatal crash, and which broke both of his legs. He's still recovering. It's been a year. He's still recovering. Yeah, Claire's like, good day today. Bullshit. Bullshit, it was a good day. All right, let's see what activities we can do. Have plenty of time for activities. We got 9 days worth of activities that we could do. We can work on... What can we do? I would say work on the aerodynamics equipment, work on the second driver PR filming, and then, hell, maybe even... we'll build up the race pace for Correa. I think we'll do it. Now that I have, like I said, a better secondary driver, I would be more inclined to start building up the ability of said second driver. So we'll work on the aerodynamics. Then we'll do weight training for the secondary driver, and then secondary driver PR filming, and that should be it. We're not going to touch anything with facilities. Like I said, we're not going to do anything with R&D. Vehicle. Me being a super idiot. Never again. Never again will I do that bullshit. I'm sorry, it's just... That irks me. That irks me that throughout that entire weekend, I was just saying to myself, switch out the parts, switch out the parts, switch out the parts, and I never switched out the parts. Replace gearbox? Yes, please. Oh, I need to back out and change my practice difficulty to 75 because, once again, I keep jumping the gun and just going way too fast. So I need to back out again and change my difficulty like this. See, I really, really dislike that Sarancia pointed this out to me. In the fact that if you change your difficulty right before you get into a module, whether it's practice, qualifying, or the race, it keeps the same difficulty that you had set the game to previously. So if you go into FP1, I was still at 94 when I went into this. If I would have switched from 94 to 75 right there and then got into FP1, FP1 still would have had the mindset of you're going in at difficulty of 94, which is not what I wanted. Which leads me to then having to back out and then change the AI driver level like this, so that it then will recognize that you're going to be at difficult level 75 going into FP1. And also, let's take a look and see what the weather is going to be like for Hungary. A little bit of rain at the end of the race, but qualifying is going to be cloudy. And like I said, the race is going to be mostly clear, like I said, with a little bit of rain at the end of the race. It may be exactly like what we had happen at, not Austria, but what was the one before that? France? It might be like what we had at France, where the rain came down with like 2 laps to go, and it didn't really facilitate the need to switch out from slicks to inters, because the race was damn near over at that point in time anyway. Oh, I'm sure that all of you longtime viewers, as I said before, have enough Gendo bucks stored up that you are going to be making me do workouts for a long, long time. I fully believe that. But yeah, like I said, just looking at this weather condition, I have a very strong feeling it might be like a France situation. It'll be a France situation where the rain might come down with like 2 laps to go and it's not going to matter. Alright, so let's get into practice 1. But how you guys doing? How you guys doing in your own saves? For those of you who have not gotten back to me after like the last time about an hour ago, how you guys really doing with your own saves? Are you doing my driver career, my team career?
The new parts that have come in from the factory, well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
All right. And let's get into, well, let's take a look and see what the weather's going to be like for FP1, if there's going to be any sort of rain. Nope, doesn't look it. Okay, perfect. Let's get some practice going. You got a maxed out car, Nikki? How many seasons in are you? I would think if you max out your car, you're like 3-4 seasons in. Like, that's about the time that your car should be maxed out. So you maxed it at season 3, but you're in season 4. Gotcha. Well, I'll be on the lookout for myself because I'd like to max out the car by about that season. But I also fully expect that may not happen. So as I said before, leading up to that chicane on the back half, I can pretty much race this track well, but everything past that chicane, I am absolute hell with.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed.
415 points. Did I max that out, like, first try? Did I seriously purple everything first try? That's the first time I ever did that. That is the first time I ever purpled everything. I have never maxed out everything on the track in track acclimatization. That is a first. Holy shit, and it had to be Hungary, too. A track that I, admittedly, am not good at. But then again, of course, I'm on practice of 75, so it is a lot easier to get a lot of the deltas, to get the perfect score, or to get a good score, a purple score. I've never gotten a perfect score, though. See, you and I are different, Mohawk. I am not one that likes to do any practice more than FP1. Like, I'll do FP1 and then simulate the other two. And yes, I completely understand that by doing the other practices... That by doing the other practices, it will boost up the amount of resource points that you get. But me streaming, I honestly just want to get... I want to get to the action right away. I want to get to the race right away. So that's why I only do one round of practice, simulate the rest, get to the qualifying in the race. I only do extra practice on the tracks that I know I do poorly at, like Monaco, Singapore, those type of tracks.
Complete.
Monaco and Singapore, I definitely put in extra practice time because I know I'm not good at those tracks. In fact, back in 2019, I did put in a lot of extra practice time on Hungary, too. I might do that today. Mohawk, I know of one other person that actually does that. And he's a streamer that goes by the name of Buckeye. Buckeye Gamer. If I wasn't streaming, I might have thought about doing that. But I'm still of the mindset that I just want to get the progression done quicker. I want to get fast progression. But I mean, kudos to you for doing all of that, man. That takes some effort. I'll take the purple. I tried to cheese it at the end. But yeah, you're off school, so that makes a lot of sense too. You got all that free time. Me, I'm also unemployed, but I could not think of doing 100% everything. To me, that's crazy. Anybody that does it, you know, hats off to you that you can do it. I have no idea what I was taking with that line there. Oh yeah, there are a couple of those solid gray, you know, concrete curbs that spin you out a lot worse than if you just rolled over the proper curbs. So if I hit any of those gray ones, I'm pretty much going to be sent to the spin cycle. Like, automatically, I know I'm going to get sent to the spin cycle if I do that. Race strategy time. Yes. Yes, flying lap. And by the end of my practice programs, I definitely should have a lot of time left, like maybe 10 minutes left to just muck about in practice. So I think that I'm just going to use that time to continuously just turn laps to figure out what my best line should be around this track. I really do hate that chicane, man. Honestly, Monkey, I don't know how good of a time that is. I'm not very astute of what is a proper good time at a certain track. It's like, I think that's a double fourth gear turn. Like, just super rev up that engine around that corner. I don't want to, you know, short shift it to fifth and then drop it right back down to fourth. That's not really good for the gearbox. I'm still going off the track there. And then same thing there. Do I upshift to 7th or do I over rev at 6th? Because then I lose the revs in 7th going into that turn. Alright, how did Silverstone go? Little demon, you don't want to know. I completely fucked that one up. And it was all my fault, too. It was all my fault because I fucked it up. I forgot to change out my engine parts from the practice bits to the race bits. And every single bit of my engine was above 55%. Every single bit of my engine was above 55%. My engine store and my ICE were at 70. And it's just that I wasn't looking. I legit just was not paying attention. And I had said that I was going to switch it out before qualifying. never did. Said to chat, I'm going to switch it out before the race. Explicitly told chat that I was going to switch it out before the race, and then never did. Later, Nikki. Oh, really? I guess it was. I guess it was too far over. Ah, god damn it, Brian. I'd retry the chicane at least. Huh, wow, there is more leeway in going over that second chicane than there is that first one.
Program complete.
Program complete. You love to see it, you love to hear it. Now, how much time do I got left in practice? I got 10 minutes left in practice. I'm going to go out and just turn some laps. Alright, I'm just going to go out and start turning some laps. I'll actually drive out.
Mechanics, please stand clear. We're ready to go.
Finished top 10 twice after 4 races at 90. I'm currently at 94, and I have had only 3 top 10s so far in this first season. But then again, it's the first season. I'm not expected to do well. With a brand new My Team career mode, I'm not expected to do well in my very first season. Though part of the struggles are due to my own foolishness. Like at France, I could have finished in 4th, but ultimately finished in 12th due to trying to defend against Charles Leclerc for a podium and spinning out in the rain. I also use a much lower difficulty setting on practice. I use a much lower difficulty setting in practice just because I'm able to get the practice programs done at a lower difficulty setting. And then before qualifying, I bumped the difficulty back up. Now, you said you do cockpit view. Do you have the halo pillar on or off? I mean, it makes no difference to me, personally. It's however you want to play it. However you want to play is how you want to play. What makes it most enjoyable to you? Killer on. You're going for the realism aspect too. I still got the racing line on because when I started playing F1 games 4 months ago with 2019, I did not know how to drive half these tracks. I knew how to drive a certain amount of F1 tracks due to iRacing and Forza. Whether it was Barcelona, Suzuka, Spa, Monza, tracks like that. But Australia, I never drove before. Bahrain, China, Abu Dhabi. Actually, not really Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is actually in the newer Forzas. But Bahrain, China, Hungary. Mexico, never knew how to drive them. So that's why I kept the line on to figure out, okay, how am I supposed to drive this track? My goal for 2020,
laps of fuel remaining.
my goal for 2020 is to turn the driving line off fully. Yeah, Mohawk drivers have said that the halo pillar, from their point of view in the car, it's thinner. Like Lando Norris, Alexander Albon, and Charles Leclerc, who play the F1 games, they have said themselves that the way that Codemasters modeled it, it's too thick, in their opinion, whereas the real-life halo pillar is a little thinner. And not being that much of a hindrance, but I mean, it doesn't really hinder me all that much. I'm not looking down the middle most of the time. I am looking out to the left and to the right to see what turns are coming up, where the drivers are. Fortunately, this is only practice. I need to brake a lot more going into that second to last turn. And not spin. Not spinning would be great too. There are already plenty of spots on here that are prime spin zones, and I don't want to hit all of them. Alright, that's cutting it too much.
Three minutes to go.
I mean, I was able to cut it that one time. I guess I just got lucky that the game did not recognize my cut. Alright, I'll do one more lap around, see what, not really see what time is, because the delta is going off of my fastest lap, which was set in qualifying pace. Alright, don't do that. That was actually a pretty smooth chicane right there. Have I tried those setups? No, I didn't know about those setups. From Real Sport 101. No, I've not touched them. I didn't even know that they existed. I feel like driving on the wheel is the most realistic. Of course, you get the most feel for the car underneath you compared to driving with controller.
All the cars now over
I
the
drive
line,
with controller on Forza when I play on my Xbox One, or just Xbox in general. Alright, so we will switch up the session back to 94. Simulate the practices. And get to full qualifying. Will I get out of Q1 at Hungary? Probably not. Oh, that's what Buckeye uses? Okay. No, but will I get out of Q1? I don't think I will. I could try, but I really don't think I will. If I get out of it, I'll probably be like 15th or 16th. I just need to find that perfect time, that perfect lap. What they say in Ford versus Ferrari? What does Ken Miles, aka Christian Bale, say? He's like, the perfect lap is out there. Yeah, not many drivers can see it, but it's out there. Plank would be nice. Well, we'll see what it comes down to. Alright? Haha, we'll see. Qualifying. I only have the dry one saved because at this point in time, I really don't like the usage of the wet sets. And the reason why I don't like to use the wet sets anymore is I've tried to use the wet sets. But when I was going slower than a Williams in a wet setup, in a wet race, and almost every other car around me was set up for dries, and I was going slower than a Williams, that's when I knew that wet setups were BS, and I'd rather just go with the dry setup for both wet and dry. Like, it was pretty unrealistic when my car, back in 2019, I was driving a McLaren, and I had pretty much that car as one of the best cars on the grid, and in the wets, I was running slower than a Williams on a wet setup, which leads me to believe that every other car around me was using a dry setup. The wet setup I had, I'm sure, was higher downforce, of course. Has to be a higher downforce. Alright, let's go out to put a couple of laps in the medium tires. Get a little bit more extra feel around this track before doing a proper lap in the soft tires. What's going on, Catapult? Oh, I know that the ride height is supposed to be higher. For wet setups, yeah, I've noticed that between the dry and the wet, the ride height is always higher. I've got McLaren behind me. I don't know if it's their hot lap or what. Alright, let me just return to the garage then. That was bad coming off of turn 1, so better to just come in and not bother with another lap. Alright, drop the fuel load for when I need to go back out again. What do we got? What do we got? What do I need to shoot for? What is top 16? Top 16 right now is 1 minute 17.06. So I need to get 1.5 seconds faster. Alright, take it easy, haha. Alright, so I need to get 1.5 seconds faster at least to make it into Q2. Yeah, it's not over yet, Polani.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
Oh, 1.6, but did it get me? Did it get me in there? No, not even close. Holy shit. I got 1.6 seconds faster, and it did not even get me close to Q2. Not even close. How bad was it? 1/10 off. I was a 10th off. If I wanted to get in, I should have been in 1.7 seconds faster, not 1.6. It's not going to be good. And actually, I want to take a look at the race directors to see if I moved up any spots. No, we did not move any spots up due to people taking grid penalties. So let's now look at the race strategy and see what they want me to do. So default, they want me to go medium hard. Whereas if I go with the personalized strategy, they want me to go soft medium, which I don't think that's the good way to go. I think, if anything, I'd go soft hard. Personally, I'd go soft hard, and, you know, those hard tires will see me through to the end of the race, and which I actually did do this before. You know what, Polani? I do recall doing this back in 2019 where one season I did a soft medium and my tires were fucking gassed and used up by the end of the race. That was starting to get passed. Whereas when I went soft medium, admittedly this wasn't the McLaren that I was in. When I went soft medium, I was the one doing the passing. I was the one doing the passing by the end of it. So I am going to instead go with soft hard as my tire strategy. And Wolfgamer, I'm not going to do a hard soft run. Personally, I'm not going to do a hard soft run because of the fact that I'd rather not end on a softer compound. In case I need to make overtakes, in case I need to go and run harder than normal, I'd rather do the harder compounds just to give me that extra bit of leniency. So yeah, I'm going to go with the soft hard. 10 laps on the soft, pit in for the hard, go the rest of the way. A little bit of rain, they say, by the end of the race. Probably, I would say the rain will be coming down. If it's going to be like France, it'll start coming down 2 laps before the end of the race. So, should not be a factor. Should not be a factor. So, we're starting in 19th. Do you think I'll get a top 15? By the end of the race, do you think I'll get a top 15? Let me know in the chat. I'm not going to say, do you think I'll get a top 10? Because I'm not predicting a top 10 whatsoever. Not in the slightest. Actually, I'll come in on lap 9. Here, I'll go a lap earlier. I'll pit on lap 9 with my soft tires. Yeah, we'll go pit on lap 9 instead of lap 10. Yeah, we'll go with that one. 15, 13, 12. That sounds reasonable. That, like, top 12 would probably be, like, the highest, I'd say. I don't think I'll get a top 10 Polani, but I'll hope. There's always the hope. Oh, shit. Well, I knew I had to brake early. And I was getting bumped by Latifi behind me.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Thanks, Jeff. I know what you could do. Don't let me down. Well, if you know what I could do, you already know that I'm going to let you down, Jeff. You already know. That was so bad. Take 2. Going up the outside. Taking some positions in my wake. Grosjean and Magnussen running the block right now. Like, look at this. Grosjean and Magnussen running too wide. What the fuck are you guys doing? Dude, Haas, are you fucking stupid? What is going on? Dude, fucking Magnussen and Grosjean are just being idiots up here. Yeah, no shit, it's a big old block party up here. They are also running on the harder tires. Well, I guess I'm happy at least that DRS is going to be open next lap. Alright, take it easy, Mohawk.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Some minor front wing damage from that move, from that dive bomb that I tried. But I mean, Magnussen's gonna be a little shit. If Magnussen was going to be a little shit and not let me through. Get back here, Grosjean. Oh, the supercut. That was an accidental late break. Oh yeah, so I will be taking the front wing replacement once I come in. Because I could feel the turning not all that great. Outstanding move. Well, let's be honest, Polani, it was not all that great. That was a reckless-ass move that I just flung in there. That makes that coming into pit on lap 9 a lot better in comparison. Still got a long way to go. God damn it. Went too fast and the wing did not help me through. Kimi Räikkönen is out of the session. My father, the living legend. Coffin please for Kimi. He DNFs. Somehow I'm gaining like a 10th a lap on Giovinazzi. Yes, I am using the overtake.
Yellow flag.
But that should not be the only thing. Honestly, the AI should be using overtake as well in those sections where they can't get the DRS.
Green flag.
30 laps to go. Shit. So I honestly don't know if there's anything wrong with Giovinazzi as well.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards.
Some of the leaders coming into pit right now. Which now I almost feel like I want to pit lap 8 instead. Oh, come on, really? Now I gotta be extra careful, because that was number 2. That was warning number 2. Pit.
Got that confirmed? Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
I said pit, and Jeff registered that as I will not say as many updates. I will go fewer updates. How did Jeff get that by me just saying pit? That makes no sense. Yeah, honestly, it's starting to feel a little bit difficult, so... With the bad tire wear, plus the front wing damage, it's better to come in and take my pits now. Take my pit now. Take my front wing now. It almost sounds like an undercut. This is almost like a super undercut by pitting so much earlier than I expected. And most everybody else that are going to be coming in the pit that started on the mediums, like those guys that are starting on the mediums, they're not going to come in till like lap 17. And now we play the long waiting game. 26 laps to go. And I'm sitting here all by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself. What is with these... What is with this fast lap time that I achieved? I'm like going 2 seconds faster than the guys in front of me. And maybe if I didn't spin, that'd be great too. You know what? I kind of think that there's a train. I'm thinking this right now, that there is a train in front. I can't see the map because my personal chat is blocking where the map is on the screen. You guys could see it. So I'm thinking there's a train going on. Am I confirming that? Is there chat confirmation that there is in fact a train in front of me? Well, I'm now 6 seconds back. Slowly gaining. But like I said, those that started on the mediums, they're going to start coming in around lap 15, 16. They're going to swap to hards. I know they will. I do see a little bit of a train in front of me. I'm sorry if right now the commentary is a little bit dull. Just try and concentrate to get back up to this pack. Which I don't even know where this pack is in the grand scheme of things. Okay, it only looks like it's a group of 4. Well, this group of 4 is going to have to come into pits sometime soon, and it looks like the Mercedes cars are so far out ahead that, well, it doesn't even matter. It looks like they're going to win. Alright, I'm going to flash that back. I don't want to take that penalty, personally. So I've got one flashback left. What is that? Perez, Latifi, Grosjean, Ricardo. I'm on 94. AI 94. And I'm still in Season 1. God damn it, Latifi. Get off me. Well, fortunately, everybody around me is going to have to start pitting real soon for new tires. Everybody around me currently on medium tires are going to have to pit for harder stuff. A deep inside cut on Sergio Perez there. And another spot is taken. Pretty much, Camargue. Oh, send it!
Manuel is coming in for his stop.
Alright, like I said before, all the people that start on the mediums coming into pit. And then the people in front of me still gonna need a pit too. Sainz, Ricardo. Shit. Still got half a race to go, and I'm on hard tires. Tire wear right now is in the low teens. If my math is correct, by the time the race is over, they should be in the 40s. Few more pit stops. Ricardo and Sainz still up ahead. What's going on, Callum? I was gonna say, that was your first name, right? Woodgate? Could have been a lot better, man. I went into the British Grand Prix with old engine parts. I forgot to swap them out, and I finished in 20th. I qualified in 11th place, too. I qualified in 11th place at Britain, and had I remembered to swap out my engine parts, I probably could have had a good race, like challenging for top 10. But instead, I left all my old engine parts in and was losing power throughout the race, so I finished in 20th. You think the hards are OP in this game then, Kamark? Well, from what you're telling me, the hards are OP. Ah, gotcha. No worries then, and yeah, it has been a while. Racing Point car is actually really good in this first season. I got Sergio just breathing down my neck over here. And all things considered, I'm fine. But honestly, Kamark, if I don't need to pit for the rain tires, yeah, that was my last pit stop, just for the hearts. Weather report.
Rain is imminent. Rain is imminent. Be careful out there. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
So, it looks like the weather forecast that originally said the rain would come with about 2 laps left to go. Looks like that has been updated to earlier. The rain will be coming earlier. So, you know, that's fun. Yeah, let's just get Jeff to commit to the extreme wets already. Well, right now I'm 13th, and I think somebody did say earlier in their predictions that I would finish 13th. Well, let's see how well I can hold on to this spot. Gasly and Sainz both coming up fast behind me, which is not a good sight to see. Both of them are just cutting into my time. Up there's the rain. We officially have the rain. 13 laps left to go in the race, and we have the rain. Jeff will probably say it'll be fine for like the next 10 minutes, which means I won't need to come into pit until I'd say lap 29, which means that we'll get 6 laps of wet weather racing. Alright, no worries, Kamark. Have a good night. Have fun with your go-kart practice. Wow, driving in the wets, or driving in the night sky, the rainy night sky, as my blue filter timer comes on is really, really trippy. Because everything just turns a shade of yellow. And normally if you get a yellow sky with clouds, that means a tornado's coming. So it just looks real trippy, like a tornado's coming here at Hungary. Whoa! Alright, I guess the wet weather is being a little bit more of a factor than I'd like it to be. Perez is not slowing down. Oh, no, I don't know what you're saying. Perez ain't slowing down. If anything, I'm slowing down. Because Gasly and Sainz are just making up all that ground behind me. I didn't see. That's right, Wolfgamer. You don't live in the Midwest. You don't know what a tornado is. Oh god, I almost started one. 11 laps to go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That Common Gamer, thanks for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream tonight. Though this is the last race that I am doing. It just so happens to be a very wet Hungary.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also, Black Door 123. Thank you very much for the follow as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
God damn it. Barely Average Gamer, also thank you very much for the follow. Weather forecast.
Confirmed.
That's not what I said, you bitch! Weather forecast.
At least another 10 minutes until this rain evens out. Stay alert out there. Dries seem like the best tyre for now. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy. Understood. Stopping this lap.
Nope, coming in right now. It's like I got so lucky that it was right at the point.
Is in the pits.
Right at the point that I had to come in and pit. Yeah, it's like, hey, a new strategy option is in.
Go, go, go.
Okay, let's fucking use it. We're right here.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
So we got to drive 10 laps on the inters.
DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline.
Like, DRS will be offline. That's great. I don't want it online anyway. It's not like it's been mattering to me all race. Can I beat some people out of the pits? I believe I did. I moved up from 15th to 13th. Basically back to where I was. Back to where I was when I entered the pit. Because the Ricardo and Carlos Sainz stayed out. God, I am shaken that I might spin. I mean, I've got one flashback left. I'd rather not use it here, personally. We still got 8 laps left to go. It's like in the rain, every single turn is toned down a whole gear. For those that play this game, you probably notice it too. Every single turn feels like it's toned down a whole gear. Because you're going into it much slower than you normally would. Well, I am putting some distance between myself and Gasly, which is good. But I'm not catching Perez or Giovinazzi, the 2 guys that are directly ahead of me. Shit. Wow, somehow that was not a corner cut. With how deep I cut that corner, I'm surprised I didn't get dinged on it. Come on.
We're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
I mean, of course we're on the right tires at the moment. It's a wet-ass track, dude. Do you really think I'd run slicks on a wet-ass track like this?
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense, but thank you very much for the follow. I'll get to you in just a second. Is that Logie Bear? Thank you very much, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. I'm just trying to really concentrate to drive around in the wet. I'm not a big fan of wet weather racing, so I'm just trying to hit my marks, drive my line, and apparently stay in 13th place right now.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
That's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm not catching Perez or Giovinazzi, and I'm trying to keep that 3-second gap on Gasly behind me. I'm not trying to do anything stupid. Not like France, but France was a much different situation. Come on, you can make it. Make it through. Come on, Brian, you can do it. Like I said, from that chicane on, in the dries, I'm having a problem with driving this track from the chicane onward. In the wet, it's just farcical. I mean, I'm trying, man. I'm trying, but... Well, I'm noticing actually now I am slowly catching up to Perez, but I don't think I'll get him by the time the race is over. I am making some good ground on Gasly, but that's about all I'm concerned with. Barring any severe mistakes, 13th should be my finishing position. Three more laps when we come to the line.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Don't know what happened there with my car, but okay. Must have hit a super wet patch to cause me to spin out like that. Kvyat is out of the race. Can I get a coffin, please, for Daniel Kvyat? Though my rival Pierre Gasly is still in.
Caution.
Pierre Gasly is still in the race. As long as he's still in the race, I've got a rivalry to run.
Okay, clear. We've been final one, actually. Final flashback. I was going to say, I have no idea what was wrong with my overtake button there. It seemed to stick. And actually, with the lead that I'm building up, a 3-second time penalty would not really be the end of me right now. With the gap that I built up on Gasly, a 3-second time penalty, if I get one in the next lap and a half, is honestly not going to do There's only 1 lap
me.
of fuel remaining.
Final lap, and Bottas has won this race.
The rain's easing off a bit, but the track is still going to be wet for a while.
Dude, Jeff, the race is over. Calm down. Jeff, legitimately, the race is over. Calm down. Exactly, Choppin' X. Jeff needs to pipe it down. And hey, I actually got to the point where I was able to see Giovinazzi and Perez in front of me. I was able to see them. And at the end of the race, I actually gained a spot. I moved up to 12th.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
All because Kvyat was knocked out of the race. Driver of the day, let's go. From 19th to 12th. Good old Rocky.
There'll be smiles
Whew.
back at the factory after that one. A great race and a real team performance to take victory here in Hungary. After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix,
It may not be
I'm
a
sure
podium,
there'll be
but
plenty of
driver of the
celebrations
day, I'll
tonight.
take that shit. Complete a total of 5 media interviews. Okay, cool. I got that for VIP challenges. Though it doesn't really matter. I'm just gunning for the series championship, or series challenges.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship.
How
More
did
points for Valtteri
Juan Manuel
Bottas,
Correa finish?
further
Juan finished in
solidifying his
17th,
lead
okay.
at the top of the table.
He got lapped.
So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to O'Brien. They pushed and pushed.
Give it
and
to
found some
O'Brien.
Fantastic performance. It was just a pleasure to watch.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to
Yeah,
extend
still
their lead.
finish,
And
still
with
in
that, we
9th place
wrap
at this
up
point in
another
time.
weekend of
Still in 9th place in the constructors, still 7 points
That
back
was
of
an
Alpha
exciting
Tauri.
race,
As long as I
Mark.
get points,
Let's have
more
yours.
points than Alpha Tauri, I'll be fine.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
It wasn't the power unit. It had to have been the arrow. It was definitely the arrow that was helping me here.
The weather was miserable today, but do you feel this was an advantage for you?
Separates the champions from the rest of the field.
That was a
That's what it
close
does.
finish. How are things between the two of you?
Competition is pushing us both, absolutely.
Great. Well, that's everything.
It was a good run. Like, it wasn't bad. Alright, driver acclaim of 7. Team acclaim should be up to 9 now. Gonna fly now. Alright, we are very, very close to getting a 3rd sponsor on the car. Very close to getting a 3rd sponsor on the car. An extra 400,000. No damage for both me and Juan, so no deductions whatsoever. 4.6 million in the bank. Still holding on to it so I can figure out what monies I want to allocate for what field. Yes, I want to renew my sponsor with Atlantic. Do I want to renew my sponsor with Atlantic? Let's manage it. Actually, before we go offline today, let's see what we can do sponsor-wise. We'll look at that in just a bit. We've got 4 days leading up to the press interview and then season break. But what can I do? So durability, chassis, durability, equipment upgrade, and then driver promo filming. Or do I do simulator training and driver promo filming? Because the simulator training will help out with Juan Correa's experience, which is good. What if I autofill? If I autofill, they want me to do the durability as well as driver promotion. Oh, it's random. Okay, so it does not matter. It'll just randomize whatever I want to do. So, gonna fly now. Okay, so driver promotion filming. Chassis team builds. Nah, we won't do that. We definitely want to get the driver acclaim. I still say we should go with the double driver and team acclaim, but durability equipment upgrade would definitely help the morale, but I'm not building up the durability right now, so that's probably something just pushed to the back burner. So we'll go with the driver acclaim, and we'll boost up Juan's experience. So we'll do the simulator training with that. Facilities at 4.6. What do I want to build up? Marketing? I could do the marketing. Slightly increase positive effects from team activities, or increase acclaim improvement speed by 10%. You know what? Since that's 5 million, I think I'm going to wait for that one, sponsor relations. Because if I can, continue to increase my claim by 10%, I feel that that is going to help when it comes to the sponsors. So I think I'm going to hold off on spending any money, and when I do get the money, that's going to be the one I'll do, is boost the sponsor relations. You'll get more points. For team activities, this is, what do you mean, the activities management? That's what you mean? Yeah, I'm not touching durability right now. Aero's good. Powertrain is good. Chassis, I'd like to get the quality control in at least once. Yeah, I'll get boosted from any team activities, but that is what it means by the team activities are this, like chassis team building, department focus, and whatnot. Yeah, if I do the activities management. Oh, it's all together. That's what you mean by that. It's all together, not just certain ones. Okay, so yeah, we'll do that then. We'll do that. That's fine. Gotcha. I see, Polani, I thought it was only for specific activities, not for everything. We don't want to advance just yet. That's right. We want to take a look at the secondary sponsor. This will be the last thing we do today before we quit out for the night. Actually, we can do the press conference leading up to the season break. Thanks. It's starting to grow back, though. Yeah, I'll eat Eastern European genes and all that. All right, weekly income. Let's see what we got here. Achieve and hold first place for 4 laps. Man, if I would have had that for France, I would have been fucking buzzing. X-Formig. No, I don't have enough for that. James Versus is still hold first place. Hold first place. Score 33 constructors points during a race weekend. Qualify P4 or better. Not happening. Achieve a top 4 finish. Can't do that. I think Atlantic at this point in time is probably the best one. It's got the best weekly income of anything that I could reasonably achieve. Alkenis Energy is complete a weekend without colliding with another vehicle. That... No, I hit fucking cars left, right, and center when it comes to a race weekend, so that ain't gonna touch. Ain't gonna touch that one. Pay Night. Achieve a top 12 finish during the race. I'm still not consistently getting a top 12 finish. I'm still not consistently getting a top 12 finish to go after Pay Night. DSB is top 10. Equita. Qualify P10. I'm still not qualifying P10. I'm not achieving a fastest lap in any section. I'm not getting constructors points. Fastest lap. Constructors points. Yeah, if I'm not achieving top 10, in qualifying, Anand, you had just only gotten here. Polani is a longtime viewer. I think you should be the one that should know your place. And just like that, your place is no longer here. So have a fun with that. Constructors points. Complete a clean race, not happening. Complete all practice programs. That's an easy one. Complete a race with no DNFs within the team. Yeah, Common Gamer, Atlantic is what I had beforehand. I'm just looking up and down to see what was new. To see if there is one that I could have gone and done. But yeah, it looks like just keeping Atlantic right now is probably the best way to go. So yeah, we'll just go and re-up with Atlantic and we should be fine. You got your wish, Ollie. Congratulations. Hey, he asked for it. So, it doesn't matter if he gets mad or not. He asked for it. I got it! I got it! Oh, he got it all right. Sponsor decals. So, we had Atlantic on the front here. We had Atlantic on the side here. My AI is set to 94 in the race, but I practice at 75. I practice at a lower AI so I can get the resource points faster. Because it's much easier. It is a whole hell of a lot easier to get the resource points. Alright, so was that it? No, that's definitely not it. Yeah, I definitely don't want Atlantic for fucking everything. Because I thought we had Equinox on the front here. Thought we also had Equinox on the side. It just looks weird seeing, like, double sponsors and whatnot on the side. But it'll work. It'll work for now. I forget what we had. I honestly forget what we had. Alright, so let's continue on. We might as well go ahead with the press interview and leading up to the season break. So let's go to said press interview with Mr. Will Buxton.
Here we are in the HQ of our newest Formula One team. We've got an awful lot to talk about, so let's jump straight in.
Why are you so shit?
Things haven't quite been going your way this season. Are you going to be able to turn the team around?
Alright, so we haven't been able to get the best out of our power unit. We've got a Mercedes power unit, and in fact, it just recently got upgraded, so it's not that. I think it all comes down to our reliability. We're struggling a lot with our reliability. Hopefully we can turn that around. That is definitely the major portion.
Do you see your relationship with your second driver being long-term, or will you be looking for someone else if you're successful?
Well, Juan Correa is actually pretty good as a second driver, so I would not be opposed to keeping him long-term if the situation is right. So, yeah, if they give us good results, their position is safe. It's pretty cut and dry right there.
Your second driver seems to be getting much more comfortable with their car.
He has.
Have you been focusing on their development?
He has. He finished, 15th at Britain and 17th here at Hungary. So, I mean, he's finishing about where I want the second driver to finish with my car right now. So, I think he's doing fine. They're making progress. I think we could push harder. They've been putting towers in the simulator, or investment in your staff is important in the sport. They're making progress, but I think we could push them harder. We'll go with that.
You've been struggling to get points this season. What are the key areas of improvement you need to make to the team?
I mean, it is true that we've been struggling to get points, partially due to me, but also partially due to it being a new car. It is a brand new car on the grid. We are working from the ground up. Yeah, QWERTY, if I get the money, I'll start looking into potentially getting an actual F1 driver. Because Juan Correa, I was actually going back and forth between Juan Correa, Mick Schumacher, and Jack Aitken. And it's like, I really would have liked Jack Aitken, but I know as soon as I bought him, he would have been starting to cost way too much, because his development by the end of the season would be killing my funds. He would be killing my funds. As good as Jack Aitken is, he's the best out of the non-F1 drivers. As good as he is, I just don't think that I would have been getting the best out of him in my car. And like I said, I'd just be paying for him to finish probably 12th at best, outside of the points. If my second driver is not getting me points right now, it is not in my best interest to go and spend top dollar on a second driver. And that is what I feel right now. With the money that I have, I can't really go and spend top dollar on anybody. But I think we don't need to attack new driver. We should work on eliminating drag, so our aero department will work on that.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders, your career comes first in your team?
I think at this point in time, I originally, when I saw this with Mahavir, it was definitely my team, my orders. But I think now that we're starting to get better drivers, it really comes down to the benefit of the team. If the second driver can go out and get points, great. Go out and get your points. What's best for the Drivers' Championship? No, absolutely not. There are no team orders. We'll say at this point in time, there are no team orders.
It's been wonderful to spend some time with you. Best of luck out on track.
Yeah, honestly, at this point in time, there are no team orders to speak of because of the fact that I'm getting better with my second driver choices, and they're getting better with the car. So it would be, honestly, whoever can come up with the better drive and can get into the team points. If they can get the points, that's all good, well and good. Good news from our friends at Mercedes. They've introduced a new upgrade package onto the power unit. Hell yeah. So what do we got as far as our power unit goes? So 4 out of the 6 upgrades for the power unit have been made. Wonderful stuff there, Jeff. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So we can just leave that alone. So right now, only the aerodynamics has the best morale. Everybody else is looking pretty poor, and that's probably all because of my answers that I just gave Will Buxton. Oops. But anyway, let's get to the season break, and as there isn't another race, we will be closing down the team headquarters until the next race weekend. That's fine.